Welcome into another special edition of Hurrdat Sports here at college baseball. Well, we're not at College Baseball Village today.
Just outside, yes.
We are at the world famous Rocco's, and neither one of us had Jello shots yet.
Speak for yourself.
I have not had Jello shots yet.
Are you meaning today or over the course of the series? Oh, today?
This morning.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I should look my boss in the eyes and confirm I have not had a Jello shot yet.
I am not drinking while I work.
I was the owner of Rocco's did come by and say, "Do you want something to drink?" And Sasha was standing right in front of me, and I was like, water, please.
Should be like one of these and one of these.
I can't support Oregon State anymore. Is it wrong to continue to support a team that's no longer with us, as we said yesterday in the College World Series?
R.I.P. We cannot see the sad flags today.
I know,
but we are still brought to you by Edwards Auto Group.
True.
It pays to make the drive, whether that's over to Baseball Village or to Rocco's, or maybe you're actually going to watch some baseball. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
But no, I do think it's I do miss seeing the sad flags. It's a nice reminder of our mortality as we sit here and go over the teams that are left down to our Final Four here in Omaha. But I think you can still support your squad. You can still support the Beavs if you want to continue to Jello shot for a cause.
See, that was one part, is that I do like the part about Rocco's where they give you the shot itself, and they ask, they're like, what flavor do you want? Because I just actually figured all these years that it was just like the colored shots, and like, I get an Oregon State, I'm only getting orange, right? That was the only one I was going to get.
You can get whatever you want.
Yeah.
They got you covered here at Rocco's.
Yep. And also, you can order the pizza here, too. I've heard the pizza's very good.
I think I have had the pizza here. It's been a couple years. Normally, I mean, we're here early, so you got a little bit of breathing room.
You do, yes.
Normally, this place is just packed to the gills. So sometimes, if you're maybe a little claustrophobic, like I can get sometimes, maybe
a people person,
yeah. Listen, I like people just at arm's length,
Yeah, you'll be proud of me. I had my first Zestos yesterday.
Okay.
Yes.
How was it?
I went with the Astros, the M&M Astros.
Okay.
Very good. And honest, I'm not even just saying this because, the affinity and everything, and I'm speaking next to Mr. Omaha himself right next to me, but truthfully, I mean, that is it felt like small town ice cream. It did. It was like, there's some grandma in the back that's just like, another one, okay, and just turns it out. It's perfect.
Not like from Happy Gilmore, where she's like, my fingers hurt. Well, your back's about to hurt.
Yes, exactly.
Because you just pulled Zesto's duty. No, to our knowledge, no grandmas were hurt in the making of that ice cream.
No.
But it does have a very... Zesto's is one of the things that sort of translated from the Rosenblatt spot, because that's what Rosenblatt felt like, kind of like very, not small town, but much smaller scale than it does down here. Down here, it feels like a big championship event, and I think that's what the NCAA was going for, but Zesto's is one of those things that is translated from kind of sort of gives you that nostalgia of Rosenblatt. Now, the building's a lot nicer. The one over by Rosenblatt was a little older.
Well, it was an ice cream stand. I mean,
it was a fancy ice cream stand. It was an overbuilt out ice cream stand. Now we've actually got, storefront and things like that, which is a little bit more extensive, but I'm glad you got your first Zesto's experience. Are there any other things on your Omaha CWS bucket list that we need to get done? Because you've already had some shots here.
Well, I need to get in the stadium, which I am going to do tonight. I did get tickets for LSU Arkansas, so I'm very excited about that.
All right.
Got them for a steal $30. We are a bit high up. A bit up there. The altitude will be getting to me.
That is a steal, because the get-in price for the first LSU Arkansas game was like $250.
Yes, it was
for the high up seat.
Yeah,
so
I was strategically watching the game and watching on a certain ticket app where you can be okay, you can watch the live pricing. And at one point, there was a little bit of uncertainty with Arkansas, and that's when I bought them, because you could tell I guess the ticket prices were maybe not going to be as high if it was going to be UCLA, but
probably not.
Let it be Arkansas.
There's a smaller UCLA contingent here than there is Arkansas for sure. Was it in the ninth inning yesterday when they were just throwing the ball all over the yard? Yes. I'm just sitting there, I was like, listen, guys, you played 17 and a third innings of immaculate baseball. And then in the last 10 minutes, you look like a JV team that hasn't won a game yet this year.
Isn't that what makes baseball so great, though? Is that you can watch legitimately some of the best athletes in college or professional, and then everyone just has a really bad day one day. And it's collective. Everyone just in one moment can all have the yips in a single moment, and they're like, all right, can we get a rain delay quick? Can we all regroup for just a quick minute?
Could we get anybody to throw a strike? Could we get anybody to field the ball cleanly? Anything at all?
Yep.
I mean, UCLA pushed across 3 runs. I don't think they hit a ball out of the infield.
Yeah, no, it was goofy. And so the final box score did concern me a little bit because I'd watched the game and I was trying to remember what the final score was when I was talking to Katie, and so I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll look up the score on like the website, and they still put the seating there. So I was like, oh man, UCLA won. I was like, what game did I watch? Like, what happened here? But no, we figured it out. It was all good. So yeah, no. So that's my next part, is making sure I get in the stadium. I probably should buy something from Baseball Village. It's probably my next guess. I've done the Jello shot here on Saturday.
Yep.
Had my Zestos. I rode the Ferris wheel.
Oh, did you ride the Ferris wheel?
I did ride that was day 1. I rode the Ferris wheel.
Have you been over to the mat yet?
No, I haven't been to the mat. I should do the mat. Yeah, I should do the mat.
The mat's a place you probably need to use to complete your Omaha CWS pilgrimage.
I wish I could get like Boy Scout badges for these. I just keep the lid off the Jello shot.
I should do that. I should put together like you become an Omaha native when you've completed all your side quests.
Yeah, like that's not a bad idea.
That's what we're gonna do for Hurrdat Sports, and that way, when people come into town for the College World Series, they can get their honorary Omahan badge.
Exactly.
It's like their Eagle Scout badge once they've completed all their tasks. And definitely we'll have some people completing the Rocco shot task here. I imagine sooner rather than later. We've seen some filtering in. Yeah. Although I did feel great at the door.
Did you get carded?
I did. I got yes. I got ID. I mean, I know you got ID.
Yeah, well, okay. What is that supposed to mean? I got carded, and the guy made it. So he did it in a mean way, though. I got carded, and he goes, "Oh, 9? Yeah, you're good." What? Come on, man. Like,
29?
You don't even have to look at the other side of the card. Like, you don't have to do anything.
I'm just surprised you even asked for mine. Like, I didn't even get my wallet out because I was like, all right, man.
Yeah, whatever.
Get the gray in the beard and stuff. I was like, all right. But no, he asked for it, and I was like,
man, this is an old 19-year-old. Jeez. Really mature.
I've had this beard since I was 16. Honestly, that's not much of an exaggeration. But no, it was. I do think we need to make sure you got to buy something from Baseball Village. Okay. I might go buy another thing. From
it's almost dangerous for your bank account. The fact that like you are down at the OBV so often, because every single time I've seen you here, you walk out with a plastic sack and 2 or 3 things inside of it. I mean, you're just supporting local economy. That's what you're doing.
Listen, I'm a big Omaha guy, so I'm supporting the local economy. I am trying to brand myself as basically Omaha's Mr. Worldwide.
I think that's a really good look for you. I think you should. Do
also, I need to shave my head?
Look at this police escort for a UPS truck. Is Livy Dunn in there?
That's how they deliver Livy Dunn at Paul Skeens.
When we were trying to like track them down here at Rocco's the other night, it was quite funny because they had like the gaggle of golf carts out front because you knew they were like going to exit here soon. And I was like, man, maybe they're like fooling us. Like maybe they're going to be in like one of the trash cans in the back, and they're just going to like, just walk them to the stadium, do the old Taylor Swift entrance, so that way no one knows where they are.
Just put it's like Andy or like Michael Scott rolling into the conference room in the cheese cart.
Yep.
Hey, what's going on in here?
We're just going to make it Ocean's 11, but Livy Dunn, and trying to make it so she can
is a gymnast. She might fit in the...
That is true. Oh, man. She could do the backflip to... What did he do? He was the circus guy.
He did the backflip on the...
Did he plant the bombs in the plant?
On the vault.
That's right, on the vault.
Yeah, so, I mean, if you're looking for a heist, Livy Dunn may be... allegedly. I don't know.
Allegedly.
I don't know what she does in her free time.
And look, this is the magic of Rocco's. You just see... a bunch of guys, and honestly, here's the other part. LSU great polos. Fantastic polo game.
LSU gear is strong.
Yes.
It is strong.
Yeah.
It's listen, like purple and yellow, probably not normally my colors, but they go well together. They've got the nice color scheme. They've got good gear. I will say half of the battle here in terms of who I root for is based on the gear.
Yeah.
Like I need quality gear in order to root for a team. Honestly, that was really my big issue with Oregon State. The gear's only okay. You know what I mean? The gear's only okay with the Oregon State stuff.
Yeah, there's only so much you can do with like a... Rico's here just touching my hand, trying to swat me away. Oregon State, black and orange. Black and orange is good, but it's not like to the level of like the LSU. Yeah, I'll even give this. UCLA gear, I was surprised it wasn't flying off the shelves a little bit more. That's a classic color scheme. It's a very good look.
Honestly, we saw at our Hurrdat Sports tent over in the Baseball Village, we saw one of the assistant coach's sons. He's apparently a big fan.
Yes.
I stopped by several times. And
they were walking by. Coastal walked by yesterday too.
The color scheme, so UCLA, the kind of baby blue, and I know they don't call it the baby blue, but the baby blue and the gold yellow. or the teal with Coastal Carolina, by far my favorite color schemes.
Yeah.
I do have to ask about the hand touching that just happened here, though, with you and Rico.
Yeah.
So,
are you concerned?
No, So have you ever like had a, you're at a restaurant, you maybe have some chips and salsa.
Yeah.
Two people reach for the chips at the same time. You have like the accidental hand brushing.
Oh yeah, yeah. When you both reach in the popcorn at the same time.
Is there like anything more awkward? Like if you're with your buddies, or I think it's actually worse. This happened to me once with one of my buddies' wives, and my wife and I were on a little double date, and me and the other wife went for the same time.
Nice.
There was like an awkward hand brush, and I was like, "Are we engaged now? Like what?
Nice.
This is
Yeah.
You got to lean into it.
Yeah, you do.
You got to.
Just
You know
like
what I
grab
do?
the
You
hand.
come over here.
100%.
You come on the camera.
You
You come on the
just
camera.
grab the hand.
Hold on. Let's bump
Hey,
this Ethernet
let's
cord.
try not to ruin our.
Okay. Yep. See, this is exactly what we were talking about.
So to me, that was less intimate than the hand touch.
I agree. No, I completely agree.
Like I could kiss Rico on the cheek, I'd feel less weird about it than if we accidentally brushed hands while trying to grab chips and salsa.
Like,
No,
it's the
for
same
me,
thing, like-
it's you lean into it and you grab the hand.
Yeah.
Like that's what I like. I've done that before with like friends of mine, which is
oh
totally
yeah,
not
bang.
weird.
Yeah.
But I've done that with like
You
my
interlock
wife's
the
like
fingers.
my
too?
wife's friends' husbands. Oh yeah, like we go and we like brush hands, and I look at them and I just like grab the top of their hand, and they're just like, "What are you doing?" And I go, "I mean, we touched hands. I mean, that's what just hold hands already."
That post Father's Day experience,
Yeah,
you
and
know,
a lot
like
of times
you know,
they're like
hanging
okay,
out.
and they'll like hold my hand back, and then we'll just like keep eating, and like that's when I'm like, "All right, this dude's cool."
That should be how we take the shots at Rocco's now. Holding hands,
yeah.
Can we
Do
do
the
one of
arms
these things?
link? Yeah,
Yeah,
do the
your
arms
arms
link.
link.
Bang.
like we're in the NCAA tournament.
I will say,
on the
I don't know.
bench.
Hold on, I might need to get a Rocco's employee over here at some point because I need to learn how to do these like professionally because
Yeah, can we
it's
get
a
a
new
demo-
process.
can we get a
Like, make
demonstration?
jealous
Yeah.
or like actually take them.
I don't know, who
They're
works for
really
this company
large.
that's not working currently that we could get on
Let me see if I can go grab somebody.
I'm
Okay,
technically
let's see what we
off
do.
the
Thank
clock.
you.
I will take one here.
Okay.
I
I don't think there's anything wrong that says that I couldn't. But
I already did my show for. Honestly, we're just trying to promote
Yeah.
our partner here.
trying to
Hurrdat
do what we
Sports.
can.
Also, yeah, I do
Hey.
think.
Rico, I will pay for these. By the way,
Oh,
we're not gonna. Yeah,
Big time.
We're not just gonna ask for freebies. I mean, that's not how that works.
Rico,
so.
just tell Sasha you're going to expense it. I do, but we're going to pass on that
Yeah,
one.
I don't
for
know.
now.
I don't know if an expense at Rocco's bar is gonna do any good there.
I think I think I could slide it in under the radar. No.
I'm very excited about this. No, because so I was here Saturday night with another coworker, the owner of Hurrdat, David. I don't know if you've seen that clip yet, but I struggled with the Jello shot many times. I attempted different ways, and I was told different ways, and I never had success getting like a clean shot all the way through.
So I haven't had. I think they switched brands. Last year from last year to this year.
Yep.
So I haven't had one this year yet. Oh,
you just find out.
we've
You
got
get the
more
details.
insight. What's happening here?
Okay.
You can clear this guy. You can clearly see with the athleticism hopping over the.
Still an athlete, baby.
Oh, hold on. Let me turn up your mic here.
So
So
this
I
this is a guy who did hurdles in Division II track, and he's currently struggling to step over an Ethernet
I wasn't
cord.
struck. It's the small
Just to-
space.
Yeah.
I like
He's
didn't
also
wanna
a dad
fall.
now. Come on
Yeah,
now.
dad bod
Father
going.
of three.
Off the
Almost.
clock
2.5.
yesterday. Off the clock
Off the
yesterday.
clock.
Gotta throw that one in there. Came in, took my Jello shot for LSU. Go Tigers.
Whoa.
The Jello shots are it's a different brand, like you said, much more vodka-y
Oh,
than they were
okay.
last year.
That's good to know right before we do this.
Yeah,
at
they were
11:01.
They were more juice flavored last year,
Mm.
more alcohol this go around.
Mm.
So
So
they
if we
are
were-
still good.
if
But
we were
they're like
talking-
long shots.
Yeah, I know. I'm seeing that they do look. They do look a little taller.
Yeah.
Because before, I mean,
look at those
typically,
things.
we're going to get really into the Jello shot breakdown.
Science.
Yeah, the chemistry. Yeah.
Typically, when you're making Jello shots at
Mhm.
home, they're sort of in the like little plastic ramekins.
Yes,
you
right.
just-
So
And you
they're a
can-
little
yeah.
more shallow,
Mhm.
right? And you're working on them that way.
Yeah.
These look more like a typical shot glass.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
That's
exactly,
a little
yeah.
more.
Not to be crass, but you can like tongue those ones down in the like the smaller
Whoa.
glass.
Whoa.
Hey, listen, I'm just
Whoa.
he's not wrong. These are anatomical terms, all right? I live with a doctor.
Tongue this one down, I think, is probably something Dr. Girlfriend
We're
mentioned.
speaking on Jello shots. For those who just entered the stream, we're speaking on Jello shots. That is what we're talking about.
Anatomically correct shots.
Tongue this one down.
Jello shots.
Dr. Girlfriend, could we weigh in here?
No. Hey, do not bring her into this.
You brought her
not after that statement. You
did.
You can't look me in the eyes and say, tongue this one down and then bring in Dr. Girlfriend. That's not allowed.
About Jello shots.
You said
About Jello shots.
let's ask your girlfriend about it.
I'm sorry for accurately repeating back to you the thing you said out loud.
Whatever. That's fine. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
We haven't even had the shots
No,
yet.
we're off the rails. Yeah.
But no, I do think it's interesting here because I didn't even know until we got to Rocco's a few years ago. I didn't even know that they had pre-made Jello shots. I didn't know that was a thing. I was under the impression that these poor people at Rocco's were hand making 60,000 of these because you handmade them at first, didn't you? Originally?
At first. And then we had a company where they made it and we just added the alcohol.
Okay.
But this is nice.
This is full service. You just pop the top, you're ready to go.
Pop the top, push the bottom, squeeze the sides, and suck it down.
Yeah,
okay.
You guys aren't like staying up till 5 a.m. any day, like just remaking a bunch of shots.
No.
Yeah, because you learned from your Todd Graves experience to just pre-make all of these, have them come in boxes.
Have you guys done one yet? You want one?
Yes, well,
yeah.
I mean
we're trying
to
to demonstrate on air for people how to do it properly.
I had a couple on Saturday, more than a couple. And
He struggled.
I failed miserably.
Yeah.
So, do you have like a professional way to show us, like how to? Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
I'll go get a couple.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate that. Perfect.
Can we get like a cherry or a blue raz?
Wow. Okay, now you're gonna be wow.
Remember, Sasha, this is work.
This is work. She's watching somewhere. So proud of us.
We're doing the Lord's work here.
Yes. Hey, speaking of which, what's been your favorite outside the stadium bit that you've seen so far? As we get our shots.
Ooh.
All right. Perfect.
I was actually
Holy cow.
He wants the blue raz.
You want the blue raz?
Yeah, I would
He's
love
the
a blue
baby.
raz.
Okay. Which one would
Dude,
you
blue
like?
raz-
I had the fruit punch yesterday.
fruit
so
punch
I'm giving a hard
yesterday?
one.
Take the top off.
All right.
Okay, we're gonna
Okay,
take
so
our
we're
tops
gonna-
off.
Pull the top. That's the sign says.
You can't do that. All right. Take the top off.
Okay.
Take your top off, Austin.
I got the top.
And
Okay.
then push the bottom, but there's like a little.
With just your
button there.
thumb?
Push the
Yeah,
button.
Push it.
Push
Yeah.
a button.
Okay. Got the
it,
button
and then
pushed.
Squeeze the sides,
Squeeze the sides.
and then suck it down.
Suck it down. That sound you made.
I was gonna say
made me make that sound.
the sound was
The
atrocious.
double sound. I'm pretty proud. Look at this. I'm pretty proud of that. I had a little residue, but I'm pretty proud of that.
I was doing better until I made the sound and laughed.
You just hold up. I cannot wait to go back to this.
Thank you.
Somebody get
Thank you very much. Oh,
Oh,
Correct it.
Well, I mean,
all right. This activation is about to be crazy.
if we're taking shots at Rocco's,
Try not to make a sound.
For
Here,
the
I'll hold it.
brand.
I'll hold this for
Yeah,
you.
hold on.
Don't make a sound. I'm gonna turn this mic all
yeah,
the
we
way
should
up.
turn that down.
Diboja.
What does that mean?
Yeah, there you go. Andy, what did you think of our performance there? Did you like that? Did you think that we were up to snuff?
You know, I was fine with performance until Ravi made the noise. And then it made everything a little more uncomfortable.
I was.
But
I felt-
overall, it was good form and good technique.
Thank you.
Felt like
Appreciate that,
I felt like I had the technique down, and then the sound threw myself off. Even. I was not ready for my own mouth to make that
And
noise.
just to have it inside of your ears
That's the
too,
thing.
like
I think-
you, there are certain sounds in the world you just don't hear that closely. That is ASMR. I'll never not hear. That was crazy.
It's sucking down a Jello shot. Normally, you do not have that in the old cans
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not.
Can we just start doing ASMR here at Rocco's?
We could.
Like ASMR Jello shots. You just like get. And today we're taking Jello shots.
Here,
Just a little
here is the Blu-ray.
little squish, and then
You
Robbie
got
just hold.
As you can tell, we are
Oh,
deep
God.
into the College World Series
Yes,
at this point.
obviously big. So this sticks with the same question I asked you 5 minutes ago. But what's been your outside of the stadium favorite bit or video you've seen so far?
So honestly, you guys have done a couple that I was a little upset that I didn't get to be a part of.
Oh, rip! Do you want to join us? Rico and I have some shenanigans. to do today.
We're about to go get into some nonsense.
Yeah,
Me and my
absolutely.
boy off
Take
to
2 shots
to
in. Look at him.
Absolutely,
gallivanting.
you're right. Those are vodka forward.
I told you.
You took
I'm
two.
too deep. We are ready.
I kind of want to
Father
follow
of
you.
2, by the way.
I kind of and a half. I kind of want to follow you guys around because I was upset. I really loved the third strike call.
Oh yeah,
That's,
that was a good.
probably
one.
my
Yeah,
favorite
this
one so far.
Rico had arguably the best strike call.
He did.
He did.
I wish I was like the Caribbean umpires that do like backflips and twerk and like
We did have
do the splits and then are just like,
We did have the Savannah Bananas here earlier. Their umpires do a similar thing.
The dancing ump was out and about the other day as
I will say, I think our ump for the last couple weeks at Hurrdat Sports softball would have gave everybody a run for their money.
That's what I was kind of looking for. So
here's the best part about our umpire. Okay. I think he has the right attitude about slow pitch softball.
100%.
Where it's like, hey, maybe we don't take it this seriously.
Yep.
And that's fair. We all need that reminder sometimes, especially when you've got like steroid needles sticking out of some of the opponents as they're rounding the bases.
We had some
they
interesting
just
characters.
hit some
That's for sure.
absolute bombs off of us.
There's a home run limit, and he hit both.
Yeah. Yes. And like, I don't know, over the last couple of weeks, somebody owes me like $60 worth of softballs because between the foul balls and the actual yard dogs, like I'm like, okay, somebody owes me some money for softballs. Anyway, and somehow they never hit theirs out. They only hit ours out.
Exactly.
It's
right.
fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. But I was hoping we would get one where you get like the big over exaggerate. And listen, I need you to go high pitch on the third strike call.
Right. Yes. I agree.
Like,
I agreed.
Like Rico's was a little too, like it was professional.
Mm-hmm.
His was probably like, hey, he could pass as an umpire. I need the dramatic, the show is about me umpire call.
Yep.
Like,
yep.
Like give me one of those.
I wanted I wanted the high knee kick too.
Yes.
Like those ones with the quick jerk.
I need like a Karate Kid and I need like an in sync, like punch with the kick at the same time. Like Falcon punch, you know.
You've seen the videos of like little league umpires accidentally like hitting, like punching a kid and like knock a kid out.
Listen, that's my two favorite things in the world: funny umpire calls and kids getting decked.
Wow.
Listen, the amount of my algorithm
I was like, what an algorithm you got.
The amount of my algorithm that's like dogs just trucking kids in their own backyard is probably concerning.
It's fantastic,
but it's hilarious.
Yes.
It's like watching a golden retriever just take out a 3-year-old is iconic, and I laugh every single time.
It's beautiful.
Literally, if you're somewhere in my house and you hear either my wife or myself just laughing diabolically, we just watched a canine take out a child. Almost guaranteed that's what happened.
That's great.
Yeah, so that's
beautiful.
That's the kind of household that we run. Okay, it's we run a pretty tight ship over there. Oh, there's Anna Ambrose. Hello, Anna Ambrose.
Branch. Come here.
Come on, let's
Branch,
say hi.
come on. Come in.
Come over,
here.
say hi.
Come here, Branch. Yeah. Branch, no, come here. No, come on now. You don't have to be on camera. You can just be on mic here.
You're on air talent.
All right.
Hi.
So Anna, you have been behind the scenes doing a lot of. You did get a great interview with Gage Wood's mom the other day.
I did.
So that was fantastic.
Terrific. Well done.
What's been your favorite experience so far at this edition of the CWS?
Oh gosh. It's all been so much fun. I would have to say seeing all of the fans, just hanging out, watching for the players and waiting for them, seeing how engaged they are with all of the teams. I think it's truly like nothing else. They're so involved in this. And so it's really cool to see the emotions behind it too. These players are playing for something like bigger than themselves. And I think Murray State was probably the best story we've seen so far. You guys have followed along. And, just everything. I think my favorite moment though probably was when they took their nameplates from their press conference.
That was cool. Yeah, did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, and I was just like, wow, like this is.
Might have had some seasonal allergies.
Well, speaking of seasonal allergies, we talked about it yesterday, but who captured the golden retriever in the stadium content?
Yes.
Anna Ambrose.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Incredible.
Yes. Someone else got a video too, but I saw it and I was like, wait, I have to get a video of this.
And then we had the interview of him, and he's like, I haven't seen my dog in 6 months. And I was like, oh my God. I'm so sorry. It was beautiful.
You guys have done a fantastic job getting all the behind the scenes stuff.
Thank you.
I never want to give David too much credit, but obviously we'll give him a little bit. But can you take us just like behind the scenes of like what your view? Because I think a lot of people think when they see the media, they'll see like the photos of the press box and stuff, but that's not your view of the stadium, right?
Right. So we're actually down in a room, like in the basement. Basically, we're not up in the press box.
Andy
like
talked about it this morning, right?
Yeah, we're shoved into like a dark room down there, and we're working there all day, and we're watching the game. We're going like right in the tunnel, and we're like staying there until we can go on the dirt. But that's really it. We're not like up seeing the game. We're in the press room watching the game. Like they play it for us. You can hear the sound. So that's really nice. But like, we are not really like watching it until like the end of the game.
No sunlight, no nothing. Like
exactly. Anna and Avery they're paying attention,
Right.
obviously, like they're reporting. But me, I'm like on my phone, like grinding out stuff and not actually like paying attention to what's going on. So, but yeah, that's kind of what we see. That's our point of view. But it's really fun. It's cool. But yeah, we're not up with all the writers and like doing that stuff. We're like a whole separate section.
Was kind of funny yesterday because Kenny and I went to the game as fans yesterday after we did our show, and we walked out. We ran into Avery. And she goes, yeah, I just had to get out. I needed some fresh air. And I was like, you've been at baseball games all week. And I didn't really understand what they were talking about. Yeah. I've only ever been in the upstairs press box. I haven't been down in the dungeon press box. Yep. And she's like, I really needed some fresh air. And I'm like, all right, weirdo, whatever you say.
Yeah.
But like when you describe it like that, and then Andy described it like that this morning on our show, where he's like, yeah, you're kind of in. And I've been in. Like CHI has very similar rooms like that where you're sort of like in the bowels of the stadium and you're underground, like which, with the weather comes, sometimes it's not the worst thing in the world.
True.
But you do kind of get this feel of like, oh, I'm just like in a basement somewhere. I don't really feel like I'm outside experiencing this whole thing.
And we go up and we get food and we were like, whoa, there's light up here when we go up to the press box. And it's nice. But yeah, we're pretty much like downstairs. But we can go out and watch the game, but we have to stand there in the tunnel. So yeah, we're just kind of all over the place, but yeah.
So as a Elkhorn native, right? I won't. So from Western Nebraska, do you also take
they're annexed, so the Omaha native.
Fair, okay. Yeah. Well, it's west of 144th. I don't know why you count that, but
we're okay until you're west of 212th.
You guys flame me off camera, and I'm getting flamed on camera.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're not on camera. It's just us.
No, Elkhorn is one of us now. It's fine.
You're good. Okay. You're good.
Yes,
but what is like the College World Series like for you in terms of just like how you grew up with it, all that sort of stuff? Yeah.
Yeah, so I grew up coming to games all the time. This was a really big deal, and I thought it was so cool to see all the players and the teams, and it's just normal. And I was thinking about this the other day. I was driving home, and I'm like, this is so different for people who aren't from Omaha. We don't know it as a perspective from people who aren't from Omaha. People drive and fly to come to this event, and we know it as something like I've gone to so many games growing up, and it's just so fun. And it's just different. People travel, as you've seen this week, all over. So I don't even know how to describe it because I don't know what it's like on the other side, but I only know what it's like from here.
Yeah, it's like a family reunion you always go to. Yeah.
I do see so many people. We actually walk around the concourse, and Avery ran into someone she knew, and then I ran into someone, and David was like, well, I feel like the biggest piece of crap right now. I didn't see anyone. Well, Austin, you guys are famous.
Austin interviewed somebody. I was like, hey, I think I went to high school with her.
Yeah.
And I texted her. I was like, did somebody named Austin just interview you?
Yeah, I know. Well, I don't know everyone, but I feel like I see everyone down here that I know and that I've grown up with. So it's fun. But yeah, there's just so many people in high school reunion too. I see everyone. I'm like, oh yeah, we went to high school 5 years ago. I know you, and I haven't seen you in forever. But
yeah, we all got to high school 5 years ago. That's definitely
that's for sure, Ravi. Yeah, I will say it's been interesting watching because you can know. It's like one of three people, right? It's like LSU fans, Arkansas fans, or Omaha natives. They will make beelines to certain areas. Like they are on a mission to go where they're going. Everyone else is like loosely walking around.
They're like, what's going on here?
For things for the first time. But like those three groups of people, especially the Omaha people, are like, no, my tailgate is right in this section. It's right over here. That's where I'm heading.
I do try and like my first day down here, I do try and like just wander a little.
Yeah.
Just to make sure I take everything.
Get your bearings.
Well, the things do change from year to year sometimes, like the Jello shots here at Rocco's. I do try and kind of see like, okay, is there anything new? What did they bring back? Like I just kind of like taking in the whole thing and seeing what they've got.
Yeah.
We're making it a point today to go to Fan Fest. We want to go on the Ferris wheel. We want to throw a baseball.
Which waiver?
I've
been
cool.
Dr. Girlfriend asked me last night. She was like, "When are you taking this off?" And I was like, "When I'm done riding the Ferris wheel." I was like,
when I'm done being dangerous.
Yeah, I was like,
no. Avery was like, "Can we be kids for like a few minutes, please? I just want to go out there and do some stuff."
Avery said that.
Yeah, Avery said
she's the most grown-up person I know.
So we'll go out there today or whenever and try to get some stuff done and like just explore it.
Do they have
the best cell service is on top of the Ferris wheel? So that is fair. if you're trying to avoid the lines on your Verizon network, just go to the top.
See all of Hurrdat Sports on the Ferris wheel trying to upload stuff. They're just like, edit, and then before you come back down the other side, post.
Then when you come back up to the top, that's when you get the message that you had the wrong captions. You're like, no, I should do 6 more Ferris wheels.
Is there like a fast pitch thing in the Fan Fest?
Is there what?
I feel like we need to take everyone over from Hurrdat Sports and see who throws the hardest.
Well, Anna was like, I want to see how fast
you
he can throw. So that's what we're going to do today.
Yeah, Rico's going to tear a muscle for sure.
I mean, I think he already has an Achilles on the way.
You can hit 2 over there, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, and they have the exit velo on there too.
Oh, I love exit
velo. They do have exit velo.
You actually go do that.
Yeah. Okay.
What's that?
If I don't pull a muscle today, I fail.
I mean, isn't your Achilles already blown?
No, I'm good. My cat's good now.
Oh, okay.
I massaged it real heavy.
That's real good. That's always good. Yeah.
So you can, you can raise some more children today.
Yeah. What are you most excited for today?
LSU Arkansas tonight. I hope it's maybe better than the last game we saw. I mean, it was so good, but I don't know. Yeah, all the games have been great, but yeah, I'm excited for tonight.
Wow, Aaron Ambrose out on pitching duels. Wow,
yeah, huge.
Sad.
Huge. Defensive baseball, not for me. Where are my homers?
Listen, I grew up in the Gorilla Ball era of the College World Series, late 90s, where those bats were weapons. That was
the 22-12 games. You're like, these are mine.
Listen, 21-14 USC over Arizona, 1998. That was my sweet spot, baby. That's the championship game score. It's 1998.
That's crazy. But yeah, I've watched high school baseball games that trying to peek towards those, but it's mostly walks. Those are much different.
You should have seen the barrels on some of those bats. Those things were like drop 8s. It was incredible. It was beautiful.
Speaking of high school, before we let you go, you've been posting, obviously you do, so people who don't know, a lot of behind the scenes for the NB Preps accounts are Anna's brainchild. So a lot of the 7-on-7. Yeah, no problem.
Right there.
The 7-on-7 tournament, great success, right?
Yeah.
And I know you love getting Mike Sutter as much compliments as possible.
Yes.
And Jacob Padilla, sorry.
Yeah. No, it was awesome. I actually just posted the interview with Coach Martin from Omaha North.
Yeah, that's right.
He had a great quote. He talked about the kids yesterday were being so happy and excited for other kids just as much as they were for their own success. And I think that was so important about the event is they're there for each other and they're having fun. And I sent in our chat, I was like, I've never seen so many kids do this amount of backflips in one afternoon. There were so many backflips.
You posted the first backflip video and you're like, I can't post all of these.
I could post a whole, Christian actually sent me a whole reel that is backflips specifically.
Oh, this is incredible. We should do this.
No, that's awesome.
I think the kids had fun.
Is Libby Dunn still here? Can we show her and have her grade the black belt?
That's not a bad idea.
I don't.
Content eyes. Here we go.
Yeah, I don't know.
It.
I wonder if she'll be here tonight or if she left. I'm not sure. But
and just throw a phone in her face. Can you watch this?
Scale of 1 to 10. How are these backflips?
Rate these backflips. That's actually a great idea.
That's not a bad idea.
Boom.
Yeah.
Not just a pretty face.
Yes.
Yeah.
Libby Dunn?
No, me. Oh.
All right. Thanks, Anna. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
These are your usual, 11-15 shots that you come here for every day? Or what are you doing down here?
Well, I heard Sasha was like, I'm over here doing the show. And I was like, oh, wait, I didn't know they were doing it there. So that's why I wanted to come say hi. I didn't know I was going to get put on, which is fine. But
what do you mean? You just plugged everything. You did a great job.
Just writing for the brand. We love it.
Yeah. All right. I hope you guys get some shots after this.
Oh, we did. We already had some shots. Okay. We already did that.
We may have done some.
Go back in the stream and go watch that.
On the air.
Yeah. You'll have to ASMR. Put headphones in.
For science.
For science.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was good. Yeah. Just go back to the stream. You'll find it.
Yeah, this is a work event.
Speaking of which, we're a little over halfway. We're presented by the Edwards Auto Group. Pays to make the drive. We also have koozies, Edwards Auto koozies.
Yes.
Now at the activation zone and the booth at Hurrdat Sports, which is at the corner of the old mat and the Omaha Baseball Village. So if you just keep walking down, what street is that? Cass 12th, something like that?
I believe that's Cass.
Cass, yeah. So if you keep walking down Cass, you're going to end up right there.
I mean, you know where the old mattress factory is. Hard to miss us if you just walk from the old mattress factory towards CHI.
Yep.
We're right there.
Yeah. And we will not physically grab you, but you will be so entranced by the amount of material we have to give to you that you will want to come by.
And by that spinny wheel.
Yes. Oh, that beautiful wheel.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of which,
did you get any more subscribers for me?
No, I was out getting content, brother. I was trying my best. I was doing my best. So I do have a question for you today. I will be going out with Rico, and we will be going out and asking people to name maybe not correctly, so they don't have to guess the correct name, but name the historic landmarks of Nebraska. And you don't know how much I love my Western Nebraska landmarks.
Oh yeah, Chimney Rock's the number one, isn't it?
Well, Carhenge, you forgot about that one too. But
my bad.
But I'm curious, which Omaha landmark should I put in? I'll put in a specific Ravi request.
Okay. So
I'm guessing there's one that I definitely don't know because
what's that? The slides. The slides are elite.
Should I put in Rosenblatt and have people like try to rename that?
No.
The youngs who don't know.
Rosenblatt's a little controversial for some people here in Omaha.
Okay.
You know, I've tried to remind people that our affinity for Rosenblatt was pure nostalgia. The actual stadium was not a terrific experience.
Fair. Good point.
The Chuck is much, much better in terms of watching a game, experience a game.
Going to the bathroom.
If you ever have to go to the bathroom, if you would like anything to eat or drink,
yes,
all better options at the Chuck. And if you want to watch baseball in a pleasant environment. So while I do have
very critical, very important.
I mean, literally all the things about the College World Series minus your childhood memories.
Yes, fair.
So I will say I love Rosenblatt, but it was time. It was time to have a new place. So I don't want to put Rosenblatt on there. I don't want to get people's feelings all up in a tizzy.
Yep.
I mean, the zoo, Desert Dome, I do love
I do love the Desert Dome.
The Desert Dome picture is really beautiful. You know, Omaha's not a big landmark town.
Yeah, that's fair. There's not a lot of like stop and drive here and point and look and you walk around type of thing.
It's just a
okay, good to know.
It's just a great place to live. It's not necessarily.
I'll drop it live, Anna. Don't worry.
Post it. No, it's a great place to live. Not a ton of landmarks. I think Desert Dome is a good one. It's a really iconic building. Honestly, the Chuck is a great looking building. If you can get a shot of one of my favorite pictures I've ever taken is from inside the stadium. You can see the Chuck scoreboard, the lights, about half the stadium, and then you can see the downtown a little bit as well. Like that's a really nice photo, but it's like 3 landmarks. So it'd be a hard time to name them.
Right.
Maybe you just do like Warren Buffett's your Omaha landmark.
Just him as a person. What would you rename him, sir?
Oh, I did see the other day when they were naming famous Nebraskans, somebody called him Jimmy Buffett.
That was tough. Yeah,
very different people.
Yeah, one person said Bob Saget, I believe.
I did.
So that was interesting.
Yeah, that's a tough look for Bob Saget, honestly. Like Warren's in his 90s.
Yes,
that's tough. Aging terrifically, but still in his 90s.
He's doing a great job for a guy what gets like the McDonald's breakfast every morning. Like it's pretty good.
That's one of many things that Warren and I have in common.
Fair point.
Both from Omaha,
living forever,
immortal because of our fast food addiction.
Choices. Yes.
He owns Diet Coke. I buy a lot of Diet Coke.
Yes.
You know, so there's a lot in common.
Good point
between good old Warren B and myself.
Yeah.
No, it is tough. There's not a lot of famous landmarks in Omaha. That's okay. I understand that. If you want scenery, you got to go somewhere else. If you want just a terrific place to hang out and live, Omaha's where you're at.
That is true. Should I put just like a traffic jam from a construction zone and be like, what would you name this?
Probably a pothole, if we're being honest. Like, if we could just have a giant pothole, I think we might be the first million-plus metro area in history that a 3-time incumbent mayor lost an election almost exclusively because of potholes.
Could happen.
I think that's fair.
That could be, that could be a reason.
That's on the table. So I'm going to do some research into that. See what the
let's get to the nitty gritty details of that. Please.
Yeah, I'm going to really break down the election pothole data. Coming up later here.
Oh, also, do you want to know something fun? This is a 1-year anniversary of my move to Omaha.
It is.
It is. Yes.
You've only been here a year.
A calendar year as of today. Yes.
So you've acclimated yourself well.
I feel like I have. Yes. I know how to drive on West Center. I get.
More importantly, to try and avoid it.
I do. I have also been to many a roundabout and never panicked, so I've done well there.
No, honestly,
I know to not be on Dodge between the hours of 3:30 p.m. and 6 p.m. Correct. So I do handle that well.
So honestly, you hit a nerve here with the roundabout.
Oh no,
real Omahans hate roundabouts.
100%. Yeah,
they'll panic. Hate them though. We just sit to. Listen, my wife and I, we're like looking for houses and stuff.
Yeah.
If I go through a neighborhood, I got more than 2 roundabouts, I'm out.
I'm not going.
I can do one. Yeah, I can do one. But there better be a way for me to get into that neighborhood without multiple roundabouts, or we're gone.
It's a good point.
I don't care.
Yeah.
We're not doing it.
Listen, you have personal preference wherever you want to move. That's fair.
Are a stop sign city. All right.
Intersections only.
You can take your zipper merge and your roundabouts and shove them.
We'll say this town loves a zipper merge. My goodness.
No,
people from Omaha know how to zipper merge like more exclusively than anywhere else in the world.
they're not trying to zipper merge. They're just trying to cut ahead of you. That's a different thing.
And the speed limits are constantly suggestions. Like everyone is going 15 miles an hour faster, even in parking lots. Like I've seen many a fast car inside of a parking lot.
Not me, officer.
Okay. All right.
I
Fair
would
enough.
never. What is your favorite thing in your 1 year since moving to Omaha?
Hurrdat Sports. Duh.
Avi,
Bang. Let's see.
for the brand.
You know what? Actually, it is not to get like way too sentimental on this.
No, I
but
want that.
It truthfully is like, and I don't want to say just the College World Series, but it is like how like Omaha just like rallies around like certain and specific things. Like when, and I know you, I'm going to steal a phrase from you, so I'll owe you a quarter after this. But I know you said it on the morning show earlier this week about how like the phrase like it's not for everyone is the Nebraskan phrase, right? Because the government decided to coin it that way. But I think it's actually more acumen to Omaha because Omaha's not for everyone in Nebraska. I know that because I've, paralleled my way down the state. But this place is so unique because it just buys into everything that like the community wants to do, everything that the town wants to be able to like be for. If they recognize that it's a successful venture and they think that it's worth supporting, they're going to go all in on supporting it. I've seen it with the Supernovas. I've seen it with what we talked about yesterday in state wrestling. This College World Series has been phenomenal. And I know this has been supported like year in and year out, but it'd be so easy to be an Omaha native and be like, back again, not for me. It doesn't feel that way. Everyone I've talked to, even the non-sports people, love the College World Series and want to be a part of it in some way, shape, or form. They have a way that they celebrate the CWS every year. Yeah,
and it's honestly, for me, what it is, I don't know if all Omahans feel this way, but for me, it's like anytime there's a chance that we're on the national stage, we're going to show out. Because we don't feel like people know how great Omaha is.
Yeah.
We feel like it gets overlooked. I mean, we're stuck in between Denver and Chicago, east to west. We're stuck between Minneapolis and Kansas City, north-south. So we're probably, we're about as flyover-y as it gets. I understand that. So anytime Nebraska has a chance to be on the national stage, we want to showcase what we have to offer.
Yeah.
And now I'm honestly starting to go the other way because you mentioned the traffic. It's getting a little dicey out here.
It's getting a little much, yeah.
You can visit. You don't have to move here. We could chill out on the people moving to Omaha.
You want like a very underrated part about Omaha that I'm actually like really like just starting to sink my teeth into, metaphorically and literally.
Food,
the pizza.
Oh,
like strictly the pizza.
Yeah.
Now I do need to branch my food realm out.
It's a good food city.
It's a very underrated food city. Like, and I know our very own Dan Hoppin's going to be doing stuff for Hurrdat One and Restaurant Hoppin out here in a little bit.
Absolutely.
I think that's going to be like a great experience too. So looks like we do have more coastal people coming in too. I have a former coworker of mine, Scotty O, that's from the Kearney area that comes down. He's a coastal supporter.
Okay.
But been from the Tri-Cities. Do you know what the Tri-Cities are?
Kearney,
Grand
Island,
yep,
Hastings.
Bang! Look at you. I mean, I'm about to give you a Western Nebraska pass.
Let's go.
You can throw up your dubs whenever you'd like.
Bang bang.
You get one free access pass to Carhenge every year.
Let's go.
Western Nebraska pass.
Listen, I bet I'm one of the few Omahans who's actually spent time inside the arch.
Yes. Inside the arch.
I did the whole thing.
Yep. That will be on trivia today, by the way.
On
Rico.
the way out to McCook for a wedding once.
Wedding in McCook. Ooh.
Listen, I am less of a fan of McCook than I am some other places in Nebraska.
Did they need people to move cows the next morning too? And so you just stuck around?
You had to clear out the field. And no, it was... I do believe the reception was in a high school gymnasium, so that felt appropriate.
That sounds about right. I've done many a high school. I've done many. I almost said a high school wedding. That would have been different. I have been at many a wedding reception that was inside of a high school. Yeah,
yeah. It's either church basement or high school gym.
100%.
A lot of church basement receptions in smaller towns, which we love. We love them.
We love small towns. We love all that sort of stuff. And it's so funny because when I was moving to Omaha, I had people that have been living here for a while tell me that it is like a big small town. You hear that about every single town in Nebraska. They're like, oh, it's just a big small town. This one actually is because the amount of like spider web networking that you can actually like.
You're like, oh, hey, do you know? Yeah, I know that guy.
Exactly. Yeah. And like as soon as you get in touch with one person, they know like all these other people too.
Speaking of which, your guy Scotty O.
Scotty O
is bringing over a friend for us.
Yeah, Scotty, come on over. Here, Scotty. I was just giving your introduction.
Thank you so much.
So we're hitting the shots right now, right?
Yes, we are.
Having a good one. So did you pick these specifically for coastal colors, or what did we do?
Well, these started on Friday. Okay. My buddy Joe Katz, voice of Coastal Baseball.
Hey, Joe.
And Coastal Football.
Yeah.
Straight up from the Conway area.
I was a big Jamie
we-
Chadwell guy. Love Jamie Chadwell.
We started this tradition on Friday prior to the Arizona game.
Me too, brother.
It's here on
Tradition
Sunday.
that started a week.
This is a tradition. This is our tradition,
Much
right,
like the
Joe?
Masters, a
Get over
tradition
here,
like
Joe.
any other.
This is our tradition. So,
Yeah.
as broadcasters, this is just between us, right?
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
We just gotta go on
We're
the
all
air here
sports
in a little
guys.
bit.
Yeah, we get it.
So, right?
I mean, we literally did a shot while doing this show,
Yeah,
so
we
it's
did.
fine.
We taught people how to take the shot. So yeah.
Absolutely. So, ladies and gentlemen of Nebraska, Joe Katz, Coastal Carolina.
All right, Joe Katz.
What's up, fellas? How
Hey,
we doing today?
How are you
Good.
feeling? I mean, I was telling our producer Rico just before we got over here that Coastal's not played in a couple of days. Like, are you refreshed and ready, or are you feeling the rust? What's going on?
Sunday was a late night because we did not get out of here until about 11, 12 midnight or so, and then we threw down afterwards to celebrate, knowing that we weren't going to have to play until this afternoon. So Monday was the chill day, and then Omaha, the Big O College World Series, you never know when a party's going to break out.
Yeah.
And I was sitting at an empty bar for about an hour and a half, and just as I was getting ready to tab out, 25 dudes roll in from a law firm in Omaha with
That's the most
private
Omaha thing
equity
I've ever heard in my
investors
life.
coming from all over the country, and that about 25 Bush lattes, as they were calling them late last night, turned into a rough morning here today. But I mean, we're professionals. This isn't a hobby, and we've been here a week, and we're ready to be here another week to close this thing down, maybe on Sunday.
Fair enough. That's what. Well, listen, I love to hear all that sort of stuff. So I do want to have. I want to have our Omaha guy ask you a little bit because it's been. Were you here for the 2016 team as well?
No, I was hired to start with football in the fall of 2016.
Oh,
So
okay. You just missed it.
I enjoyed the benefits and the luxurious budget that we had after a College World Series win.
Yeah.
We were in the nicest hotels, flying everywhere. 9 years later, we bust a lot of places this year. I can say that. So looking forward to what will happen next spring, but we got some work to do before that.
Yeah, fair
Get that W, start chartering some flights again.
Yeah.
Here we go.
So what's been this first year experience in Omaha for you then?
Oh man, this place has been awesome, man. Having a connection. Obviously, we came here for Creighton last year during the middle of the week, so obviously not the environment, but I got a kind of lay of the town and a couple of the establishments. I bumped into and met Scotty O as well. So as soon as we won at Auburn, my phone was lit up, and he's like, "Man, you're taken care of. We're going to show you everywhere to go and what to do." And that's been pretty much the way it's been for the last week. We're staying a little outside of downtown, but got the rent-a-car. I brought my DD, my wife, to drive around for the week. And so it's been an incredible experience. The people of Omaha are great. People from all over the country, especially, for many people who don't know or haven't heard about Coastal, and being able to showcase our talent and showcase our ability on the baseball field. And then in the broadcast booth, I'm one of only 4 people who do what we do for a living that get an opportunity to call baseball today here in Omaha. So that's an incredible honor and a great experience that I'll remember for a long time.
Yep. So as your experience in this, have you been surprised how much of a following from 2016 that Omaha people still have for Coastal Carolina? Because we tend to latch on if we find a team that we like and they keep coming back or having opportunities to be successful. Have you been surprised how many Omaha people are just diehard Chanticleer fans?
I mean, it kind of started last year with Scotty O and a few people who showed out for that Creighton game. And I was like, wow, there are, a good 100, 200 people here, just for Coastal who follow us, day to day. And then obviously get to the College World Series, and, the merch looks cool.
That's
looks good on the kids. Looks good on the ladies. Women love the beach. So all these different things play into this. And, we're a party school, obviously, and we're a baseball school. So they,
so this is perfect for you.
I've been saying all week. For me, being a dad and Father's Day Sunday to get that win on Father's Day was awesome. This is like Dad's Disney World. I mean, I took my kids to Disney World last year, and that was for them. And I'm like, now you're coming with me to my Disney World, and they've had to, just buck up and follow along. And I woke up this morning before I left the hotel room, and I said, be ready to be here till Tuesday. Because
absolutely,
that's gonna be a 2-week epic.
Yeah,
I mean, another week of this, holy cannoli, boy! This is gonna be 1 day rest, 3 days go. Well, that's the way it goes.
Real quick, what was more taxing, the game days or the off days in Omaha? Because as I'm sure you found out, the rest days can get on you in a hurry.
Yeah, they certainly do, especially, again, when you got the hookup and you can get in and out of places, because people know who you are all of a sudden. Your name's on lists that probably shouldn't be on. So you're sipping, and then it's, hey, let's go out, take a walk, see everybody. Then go back into the hole. Game days are awesome. It's so different, obviously, than the course of the regular season and then even through the playoffs, and that you're not with the team as much as you typically are. So being able to embrace them in the clubhouse just a moment ago before we came over here was cool. And this has been our, now 3-game tradition. We're 2 for 2. Gonna stop by Rocco's, prior to airtime, and we're going to enjoy ourselves here before we head back to the ballpark and call what will hopefully be a Chanticleer win.
Well, we appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by. We'll let you get to that celebration. But
that.
Hey, as long as you guys are keeping coming back, we're going to be here. So you guys got to keep coming back and hanging out with us too, because it's all tradition now, right?
This is part of the tradition now too.
This is now part of the tradition.
Are you mornings only? Or are you?
We'll be in and out. I'll be in touch with your PR guy, Scotty here. We'll make sure we get that going.
Saturday, the game's at 6:30. So just tell me when to come around, and I'll be here.
Hey, listen, we got nothing better to do.
We'll figure it out.
We'll be here. Also, update from OBV. Coastal gear is getting close to being sold out at a lot of the places. Ooh. So if you want to get it, get down there. I was through earlier. They've already had 2 reorders on Coastal gear at the places.
That's what we like to see.
And I want to say, as Austin Jacobsen's former program director, he's an amazing dude. I'm so proud of him.
This is why I brought him on.
And by the way, Ravi, I don't think we've ever had a chance to meet, but it's a pleasure, and you got a great dude here. So
appreciate it. Thank you, Scotty.
Absolutely.
Hey, enjoy the Jello shots. Have some fun. I'll trade you a microphone.
I'll trade you this, and I'm going to give you this.
Let's go.
Okay, you gotta do it.
What is it? Okay, Sean.
Am I doing it right?
Sean, shots up. Sean, shots up. Sean's. Let's go, Sean's.
Shots up. There we go.
Hey, appreciate you stopping by. Thank you, guys.
Joe, Cat, Scotty, O, we appreciate you joining us here, representing Coastal Carolina. I will say,
a tradition unlike any other.
Just like the Masters. It is by far the best gear here.
Yes. Oh, by far none. And the LSU one, I will say,
so LSU is more classic.
It is, but it's a 2, and it would be 1 if Coastal were not here.
Absolutely. Yeah. And so the color scheme, especially as somebody that grew up in the 90s. What's up, buddy? How are you? Good. Omaha, baby. It's as a kid that grew up in the 90s, the teal is perfect. Like the teal is a perfect accent. I mean, I've got a pair of Jordans from the 90s with that exact same color on them. Like
that's perfect.
I do. I believe they're Jordan 8s, if I remember correctly. It's a great color scheme. The Chanticleer logo is iconic. You love to see it. And it is funny how, like I was sort of joking with him, but it is funny how much Omaha fans will just latch on to whatever team has the coolest stuff.
100%.
Like it is without a doubt a huge factor in the teams that end up being well supported here in Nebraska.
Yeah,
obviously
it's a unique color. Like teal is such a fun color.
And honestly, can I go? I'm going to go off a little tangent here, real quick.
Please. Like, a Ravi tangent's my favorite type of tangent.
We need more college teams. He's experienced about 6 more months of them than you have. We need more college teams to be a little more creative with their color schemes, with their logos, with their mascots. Like we need a little more minor league baseball in college.
Okay. Are you talking just like mid majors or like
everybody?
Everyone. Okay. Everyone.
Like it shouldn't just be mid majors. I understand if you've got. Listen, there's a lot of teams like Nebraska's not changing their mascot. Right. I get that. Michigan, Ohio State, they're not changing their mascot. But there's some teams out here like there's no reason Colorado can't do something fun.
I don't disagree.
There's no reason a lot of these, like Arizona State's okay, but like Arizona, there's some history in basketball there, but that's not an iconic.
Yeah,
that's not iconic.
Yeah,
there's no reason Arizona can't do something fun.
And all they have to do is just go back to like their 80s and 90s retro ones.
Absolutely,
they're phenomenal. I mean, like you have the Wildcat busting out of the A and all that sort of stuff.
More teams should use their retro logos.
Yes,
100% true.
And I think like kind of the minor league baseball thing you were talking about, I think more teams should look at the minor leagues and try to get in contact with some of those teams and steal their logos for a day. Like UCF should get the Space Cowboys logo and use that. You know, they want to be space team. You know, you want to say that you got spaceships and all that kinds of stuff down with your not so golden knights anymore. You're just knights.
Just knights.
Go Space Cowboys.
Which like the BYU retro, some of my favorite retro.
It's like
it's a great logo.
I love Oregon has 1,000,005 jersey combinations and like 17 different primary colors for whatever reason. They need to go back to the duck walking out of the O.
Absolutely.
The not Donald Duck walking out of the O.
And listen, I appreciate Oregon because they weren't like a name brand until recently, and they went out there. They went for it with the color scheme. I mean, duck's a weird logo. I like that. get after it. You know, you don't have to be so corporate and so like buttoned up about everything. Like, we need more trash pandas in college sports, right? Like
we need more trash pandas in college sports.
Some trash pandas,
Cold card,
some iron ponies. Like, let's get after that. Some space cowboys. Like, let's get after it.
You know what's funny is that like I even look at like amongst the village in which we are a part of right now. Like the Arkansas Razorback has like infinite possibilities, but yet all we get is a 2D like horizontal. Yeah,
that's it.
Just a running pig.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah, we could do 100 million things.
You know how much fun stuff you could do with the Razorback logo?
Yeah.
It's incredible. But and even with the color scheme, it's just a basic maroon and white. Like, come on, man. At least LSU is rocking some purple. All right. Takes a lot. Like, TCU is a great example of this. Horned Frog, weird logo.
Yeah.
They lean into that thing and do some cool stuff.
They've done a lot of weird things
Now,
too.
some of it doesn't work, but some of it doesn't work.
I always applaud them for the effort.
But I like them going for it, right?
Like, we're not talking like Maryland, just throw a bunch of colors on the wall and just like see what
but
works.
You know who weirdly does a really good job is Army and Navy. Some of their alternates are incredible.
Yeah, but way better than Air Force. Way better than Air Force.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But and don't even
support the troops.
Don't even get me started on the Coast Guard. All right.
Hold the microphone. I'm waiting for the Space Force football team to take flight.
Oh my God! Can you imagine?
No, that's UCF.
No, it's not real.
Can you imagine football without gravity? We'll discuss later.
We're going to put that on the agenda to discuss with Ann and Avery on Saturday. That will be their show.
Football without gravity.
Football without gravity. That's an inspiration from Alex Sindelar. No, I do think we need more Chanticleer energy. That sounded like you took another.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry, everyone had to hear that. That's disgusting. My bad.
We'd moved past the sucking it down part of the show. We apparently have not.
This is what we call a full circle.
2 lines from earlier in the show that I will never get out of my head.
Tongue it out and suck it on. Talking about consuming liquids.
Yes, liquids
or
and Jell-O
shots or
not
Jell-O.
Not a liquid.
Yeah, technically a solid.
Well, no, it takes the shape of its container, which would be a liquid, though, right?
It's in between.
Yeah,
it's a super solid.
No, because that would make it more solid, right?
No,
Super solid.
I believe super solids in. Never mind. We don't have to.
Would it be a semi-solid?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Like semi-sonic.
Closing time.
Like, you know, science.
There you go.
It actually is about closing time. We've been here for about an hour. It is time to wrap.
Look at that! Bang! A full circle.
We are time to wrap this thing up. That's Austin. I'm Ravi. That's Rico.
Yep.
We're here at Rocco's. Make sure you come check us out down at the Baseball Village, just outside of the Old Mattress Factory. If you're at Old Mattress Factory, just walk towards the CHI. You'll run right into us, and you'll see all the cool stuff we have to give away. You can spin the wheel, and as always, we're presented by Edwards Auto Group. Pays to make the drive.
Hey, before we go, picks for tonight?
Ooh, okay.
Is it tough? I want to ring the towel, and I want to go Coastal LSU.
I'm going to go Coastal Arkansas. I think we're going to have a rematch tomorrow.
Okay.
Coastal and Arkansas
just broke Rico's heart.
Are the winners. LSU and Arkansas running it back tomorrow.
Okay. All right.
We're going to LSU and Coastal.
You just want a day off?
It's going to, yes, 100%. I do. We're going Coastal LSU. Wow. And it's going to be a great color. I hope they both wear their colorful jerseys when they play in the championship.
I think so too.
That could be a little
wear the teal and the purple
on the contrast on the TV broadcast.
Teal and purple. Nobody wears white jerseys.
The folks at home that still have like the bubble screens, they're going to have a real tough time with that uniform.
Get a new TV. That's it. Super simple.
Those are our picks. That's Rico. That's Austin. I'm Ravi. We'll be back later this week to have more coverage from the College World Series and from Baseball Village. Make sure you're following Hurrdat Sports on all of our social accounts. Literally just think of a social platform, and we've got an account where we are covering the College World Series in depth for you. As always, brought to you by Edwards Auto Group. Austin, we'll be back later.
Pays to make the drive.